Having been in the human capital or talent acquisition or recruiting space for almost the entirety of my professional career, one thing I've realized is, and it's unfortunate, it is what it is how often the system is gamed, particularly by the candidate. They see a job that they're interested in, they respond to it, they doctor up their resume, they do all their research, and they show up to the interview process, and boy, they've got their game face on, they've got their best foot forward. I think it does everyone a disservice, and we lose authenticity in the process, at least the way that it exists today. And one of the ways that we think about alignment to reach a level of radicalness is to remove all of the BS from the process. And instead of giving the candidate all of the skills, experiences, requirements required to be successful, by deliberately withholding that info from the opportunity profile, as we've talked about a little bit earlier, the candidate never sees who they're supposed to be in order to be a viable candidate. The other piece to add to that is when we reach out to a candidate, and keep in mind, these are leadership level folks, so these folks they have important jobs. And when we reach out to them, we're not dangling a job description in front of them or saying, hey, so-and-so has hired us to help them fill this job. It pays this, and it's the next rung up the career ladder for you. Instead, what we do is we really pause for a moment and recognize this is an opportunity to get to know this person. This is a human being. So their resume says one thing, their LinkedIn profile says one thing, but behind both of those documents, which by the way are just rear-facing documents, lives a real person. And we want to get to know that person. And if we give them the job description, the company information, what's to stop them from doing their research and using what they find to position themselves as someone that they might not be? And so we call the beginning of our radical alignment process a covert discovery process. And that covert discovery process is so simple, but it takes time and it's hard to do. And that is, don't tell the candidate who the client is. Don't give the candidate a copy of the job description until after we've spent some time with them, asking them to take a small leap of faith to share with us what's most important to you. What kind of work is really going to light you up? What's going to light that pilot light in your belly and keep that fire burning? Who are the people that you'd like to surround yourself with every day? What kind of a culture do you want to be in? What size of company matters most to you? Do you prefer services? Do you prefer products? Do you like business to business? Do you like business to consumer? Do you want to be in a big company, a small company? Do you want to be in a non-profit or a for-profit? There's so many factors. And while you may not, as a candidate, know the answer to all of those, directionally, once you get to a leadership level, you've got a lot of those answers figured out. You've answered those questions for yourself. So by starting there, by understanding those intangibles that frankly never show up on the resume or on a LinkedIn profile, we start to get to the essence of who the person is.